Finding a school. Thinking about a specialized school. What about a specialized school? Could that be the answer? What are the worries and what are the benefits of such a school? Many parents worry that if their son or daughter attends a special school for children with dyslexia, he or she will be removed from the mainstream of society and will not be able to participate in it fully. Society often tends to view people with disabilities not only as different, but as lesser individuals. In this case, often incorrectly confusing dyslexia with mental slowness or intellectual disability. Like all schools, specialized schools for boys and girls who are dyslexic vary in the quality of their instruction and in the makeup of their student body. Quite a number of highly accomplished college students spend part of their formative years at schools for children with dyslexia, in most instances from 2 to 4 years. My impression is that students with dyslexia who attend such schools are more likely to have an overall positive outcome than students who attend a traditional independent school. Schools of this type exist across the country. A list of these schools can be found in the second edition of Overcoming Dyslexia on page 325. From a personal perspective, each time I visit, I come away wishing that each dyslexic boy and girl were able to experience the benefits of such a school. Although not every child succeeds totally, each child leaves with his or her dignity intact and a sense of competence. Why are such specialized schools so good for dyslexic boys and girls? Think of what they offer in contrast to regular public or private schools. What are the ingredients or components that make or break a program? These schools are so special because all the children there at each grade level require some degree of help in reading, which ensures that educational need serves as the central focus of the school's instructional program, rather than being incidental or peripheral to it. There is no need to negotiate or to argue for the proper reading instruction. Students receive highly effective reading instruction provided with sufficient intensity and over the necessary duration. Teachers there are highly experienced and share a sense of camaraderie. The expectation is for success. Faculty members are encouraged to keep abreast of new developments in the teaching of reading. Instruction is optimized. Children are taught in small groups. Reading and other language-based skills occupy a significant segment of the day. Classes are coordinated around a specific theme or a child's needs. Each child's reading needs and his academic curriculum are fully integrated. Reading is related to writing. Writing is related to what the child is learning in literature or social studies. The science curriculum is not watered down, but difficult to pronounce words are reviewed before pages are assigned for reading. No child needs to fear that when he is called on, the class will laugh when he stumbles over pronouncing words. Although many parents shy away from such schools because they are fearful of the effects on their child's self-esteem, the result is often just the reverse. In fact, even more than improvements in reading, the most important long-term benefit of being a student at such a school may well be its positive influence on a child's self-esteem. Building self-esteem is essential for later success. Attending a school where you are not one of the very few who have been identified as dyslexic, but instead are in the majority, represents a very different kind of experience. You can relax. You no longer need to hide your dyslexia. Such students also meet bright people like themselves. It is akin to looking in the mirror and liking what you see. Students find others who share their experiences and concerns. They also learn that they do not have to like all people who have dyslexia. Like everyone else, such individuals run the full gamut of personalities and traits. Because these students are in a supportive environment, they can learn about and practice the self-advocacy skills they will need when they are in other settings. Without the pressures often found at other schools, children at these schools have the opportunity to grow and to discover who they are. They develop an awareness of the full range of their skills, their strengths, as well as their weaknesses. For example, at the Windward School, one of my favorites, in White Plains, New York, and in New York City, students attend a course that helps them develop insights into their own characteristics as learners. At the Park Century School, one of my favorites, in Culver City, California, each graduating 8th grade student creates a video document demonstrating his understanding of the basis of his reading difficulties. Contrary to the view that enrollment at a special school is a sign of defeat, attendance at such a school may be the initial step in a student's pathway to success. One of the first dyslexic students I encountered at Yale, Kayla, had attended a school specialized for students with dyslexia. After graduating from Yale, Kayla went on to fulfill her long-held dream of a career as a screenwriter. Typically, as I said, children spend 2 to 4 years at such a school and then return either to their local public school or to a non-specialized independent school. Explicit plans are made to help ensure that the child makes a successful transition.
Our experience with our oldest really helped us with our younger child, our daughter, when we were looking at school for her, and she finished kindergarten in a private Montessori school. But we were looking, we saw just from our experience with our oldest, the kinds of issues that he had when he was her age, and we saw it in her as well. And we didn't delay a bit on that in terms of reaching out to LKA and basically doing what I think would be, what they want to have happen is identifying as early as possible. And she came in first grade, and now she's in second grade, and sort of pandemic, accommodations notwithstanding, she has had like an amazing experience with, I think, a lot less trauma than he did. Like, I don't know that she even understands necessarily what dyslexia is, because school for her has always been geared towards teaching her as a dyslexic.
So it's been more of a positive thing.
Yes.
Or normal thing, I guess.
Yeah, and she doesn't have sort of like the self-doubt issues that he didn't have until he got a few years in school and of just bad experiences in school.